That's right, it's the show. It's time to be on the show called Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Listen, we got a great show tonight. It's a day of the week. You know which one. It's Thursday, baby. We're going to be talking to way later a couple of Kinkos employees. Very excited to talk to them, Jeff and Hackleton. Hackleton is his name. We'll see what that means. Also, I'm going to be talking to Allie the influencer, who hasn't been on since like one of the first episodes of the show. But look, you don't need to hear what's happening. You need to hear it happen. So let's get to that intro song so we can get to that show. Here we go.
Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they're going to tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps.
Oh, yeah, it is, in fact, Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. Oh, my light is being funky up over in that corner, so don't get distracted by that. Focus on my eyes. My eyes are down here, folks, not up over there. You might be here thinking to yourself, who is this? What is happening? Why am I alive? If you're wondering why you're alive, the answer is because you bring value to humanity and society. And whether you can see it or not, remember that it's true, okay? Don't question why you're alive. It's great. Oh, hey, Brother Wags is here. Don't question why you're alive, Brother Wags. That was all an elaborate setup so I could make fun of you, my friend. Welcome to the show. I'm glad to see you here, Brother Wags. Who is this? That's right. I am the titular Lester Pipps from the title that I gave to my own show. I am the world's first, foremost, and most likely only doomsday prep lecturer from the great state of Louisiana, coming to you live from my bunker down here in Melbourne, Australia. Of course, I've been Australian weddings, so I live here now. Look, if you want to understand why that happened, go listen to old episodes of the show. I'm not going over my whole backstory again. I did that last week, all right? You got the refresher course last week. What happens on this show is I tell you a couple of things that I know that are important. And then I talk to other folks who know things that are important. It's really that simple. If you want to survive an apocalypse, this is the place to figure it out. To figure out how, you know. Now, what I will say about what's going on today is, of course, April 15th, which, as everybody knows, is National Laundry Day. Okay. And of course, I'm sure you have rich traditions at home. Let me know in the chat what your traditions for National Laundry Day are. But in Louisiana, we do things a little bit differently. Okay. That is the joke setup. That is the premise of what I do. In Louisiana, we do things a little bit differently. In New Orleans, on National Laundry Day, you are required to wash your voodoo dolls, okay? Now's the time, all right? You don't wash your voodoo dolls the rest of the year because you don't want to accidentally clean whoever they made for. But on National Laundry Day, it's important you wash them dolls, okay? Because you don't want to have dirty dolls all year. Dirty dolls is bad dolls. That's the rule in Louisiana. In Baton Rouge, you have to say, let's get ready to tumble first thing in the morning, and then you start your dryer, whether there's anything in there or not. So it's important to remember the day before National Laundry Day, on National Laundry Day Eve, you want to load your washer, do your wash. So in the morning, when you are required to say, let's get ready to tumble, you're ready to run the dryer. So that's important. And then, of course, statewide, you are allowed to launder money today. So I hope you took advantage of that, those of you who are in Louisiana right now. Excuse me. Now, an ice cream cone asks, are you okay at Brother Wags? And I believe that it was in response to Brother Wags saying, why am I alive? Which, let me tell you something, ice cream cone. This was Brother Wags reacting to me earlier, which he did good. I do hope he's okay. Brother Wags, I hope you're okay. Ice cream cone, I hope you're okay too. We got so many good guests to get to in a little bit, okay? At the end of the show, we're going to be talking to these two Kinkos employees. One's name is Jeff and one's name is Hackleton. Nope, Hackleton, not Hackathon. Hackathon is what you might do if you are a Hackleton. I don't know. We're going to find out. Before that, we're going to talk to Allie the influencer. She was on the show a long time ago, early in the show. We're going to find out what's been going on with her. But before we get to that, of course, it's very important that we do the most important part of the show, which is answer listener questions about the apocalypse. And these are definitely real questions. At no point have I ever had to make them up. People always send them to me all week long. Now, the first one comes from user at Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And he asks, he asks, what if French Stewart is the alien and they are coming for us? Okay, wow. That's a good question. If French Stewart is an alien and he is coming for us, that means Third Rock from the Sun was more of a prophetic television show than it was a comedy television show. So what I would say is, if you have seen that, then take note of how they killed the aliens in that show, because I assume they did. I, of course, have not watched the show. I've only ever watched the LSU football Tigers, as we know. So yeah, I would say just take notes on that show and prepare to deal with French Stewart, however they did on that show. Now, I have another question here from Gordon Joseph Levitt. Oh boy, he's been busy. What if Don Juan is the alien and he's coming? Okay, Joseph. I don't know. It's like Joseph Gordon-Levitt is using my show to remind everybody what he used to be in, and I don't really understand why this is. It's possible that the user on Instagram at Joseph Gordon-Levitt isn't the real one. Wait, Gordon Joseph Levitt is different than Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Hold on. This opens up a whole realm of possibilities. Maybe Gordon Joseph Levitt is alien Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And maybe if you've seen the Go Finger Guns show, you know that I lifted this joke from a guy named Steve. Sorry, Steve. It just came out of my mouth. Now, Ice Cream Cone asks an important question, which is, Hackathon, what is this, open mic night? Oh, I get it. Listen, I don't go to open mic nights and call people hacks. I go to open mic nights, take the mic, don't do comedy, talk about how to survive an apocalypse. So I would appreciate it, Ice Cream Cone, if you want to call anybody a hack. And I don't think you were calling me one, but if you want to, instead, give me advice on how to survive an apocalypse. That's what a good person would do. Now, my third question here comes from, also Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And it just says, what's a third movie I was in? And honestly, I can't think of one. So if you know a third movie Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in, first one, of course, Third Rock from the Sun. That's a movie he was in. And then Don Juan. And then I think that's it. I think that's his whole career. So if you have a question for him, put it in the chat, I guess, and I will answer it as if I know it. Cool. So listen, those are the things that people wanted to know about surviving apocalypses this week. Was it confusing? Yeah. Was it a good joke all the time? Yeah. You're welcome. Now, we got guests to get to, and I'm very excited about it. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter going over my bunker right now, but it is way low to the ground because I can hear it through all this thick ceiling. I'm just going to pause for that. Okay. Time for... I'm going to read this chat, actually. Ice Cream Cone said he was on an episode of Boy Meets World. That's a good point. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is true, then I imagine he'd be curious to know how Dr. Feedy might be an alien. Look, it's probably time for me to move on from this bit, so let's do that. I am now so excited to introduce my first guest of the evening. Her name is Allie the Influencer, and she is, you guessed it, named Allie. Welcome to the show, Allie the Influencer.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so happy.
Okay, good. Well, Allie, I mean, you were on the show a long ways back, all the way back in like a year ago times.
Yeah, it was about a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's you just agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, we both have our timelines right. It was about a year ago. Yeah, how have you been since then? Good?
I've actually couldn't have had a better year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising because a lot of people is having what they would call
I know, a lot of people had a bad year. This was actually I hate to say it, probably the best year I've ever had.
Oh my God. Well, yeah. I'm happy for you.
Things, everything moved online, and as you know, I'm an influencer.
Right.
So you can't even imagine the content that I was asked to, promote.
Oh yeah. Did you have to invent a TikTok dance?
It's a sensitive subject, actually.
Oh.
I haven't really hopped on board the TikTok trends, but honestly, who needs it? I'm thriving on Instagram, so.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. Wherever you're thriving. So, did you have to invent an Instagram dance?
No, but I didn't need to because
okay.
everyone was asking me about my cousin's sister-in-law's infant's mattress, and I was able to be like, I got the perfect, let me tell you about it. You know, like everyone was just like coming to me, asking me about all these products, you know, and
I remember seeing you post about infant mattresses, and I thought that's such a strange, like, part of society for you to focus on.
So many people were asking me about it. Like, it was like through the roof. I was just like, okay, fine. I guess I'll like promote this. Like, fine.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I remember at the start of the pandemic here, as folks are calling it, which funny. I remember at the start you were promoting these masks you were making, which were actually just like, you know, like facial wash masks.
Yeah, and like as you can see, like my skin has never been better.
Yeah, I mean, you look great, and of course, what I would think from that is like, oh, okay, Allie is a beauty expert, and that's what you were. But then over the course of the pandemic, it's been like random product after random product.
It's literally like anything. Like people were like, tell me about that Kavita Ducon cute peach blush backpack shoulder bag soft toy doll gift that I saw the other day. And I was like, I got it. Like, let me tell you about it. Like people just like came out of the woodworks, like asking me about my everything. And I was like, wow, I didn't know I was that popular. Like, this is like so nuts.
Yeah, and it's not that like brands were asking you to promote their stuff and you were just taking all comers. It's that your actual followers were interested in these products.
All my followers were just interested. Like, what's your face routine? Like, everyone's interested in that. But then I got like, you know, tell me, like, speaking of National Laundry Day, like, tell me about how you get your clothes so clean. And I was like, Persil Pro Clean. Like, what do you mean? I just like, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that one like kind of makes sense because it is about like, you know, you are a person whose brand is their appearance. And so when people ask you questions about how you maintain your appearance, that makes sense. But like the infant mattress thing, that was weird. I also found it strange when they were like, when you started promoting that that night light that doubles as a monitor so that your parents can watch their baby when it sleeps.
Yeah. And an LED light. It's also could be used like what's so cool about it, like not to go on a tangent, but like you can have your baby sleeping in the other room. And it also is like a LED party light. So you can be like having a rave in your bedroom with your whoever, significant other, whatever. And like on Molly, but like you can still see your baby when you need to.
Right. Yeah. So your brand, I'd say, has shifted from being about your appearance to being about how to party as a mom.
Yeah, which is so crazy because like I'm not even a mom. Just people are just like asking me about these things, and I'm like, sure, like I'll help you out. Yeah, why not?
There was a little bit of controversy surrounding you, if I remember correctly, around July when you on Instagram posed with a baby, and everybody was like, is that your baby? And you kept saying no, but then like it was quarantine. So whose baby were you with? You weren't supposed to be with any baby.
Right. Well, that was my cousin's sister-in-law's baby who everyone was asking about her mattress. So I was just like, mine as well, just like pose with her. Like, honestly, like just like a tip, since this is Apocalypse Tips.
Yeah.
Posing with a baby, you get like an exponential amount of likes.
Whoa.
It was just honestly a business move.
Well played, because it seems like business is booming.
Thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, no, this year has been like unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I mean, the business side sounds great, but on the personal side, like you had to pose with somebody else's baby, you know? Are you doing okay in isolation there?
It's family. My cousin's sister-in-law, like baby, like don't you think like it's not even a reach?
I guess not. Yeah, no. Some families are tight enough that you go deep in that way.
Like I'm an influencer. Like literally, you should see how many comments a day I get. Like I'm overwhelmed with the amount of people that talk to me. Like it's too much. Like I wish I just was alone.
Oh yeah. You are notorious for absolutely never responding to any of the questions that people post directly to you.
Because that would give off the allure that I was available,
Mm-hmm.
and they need to know I'm just bombarded with questions every single freaking day. That like, there's no way. Like, if I responded to you, I'd have to respond to Tina from Massachusetts. Like, I just can't do it all.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can see where my question about isolation would come from, because it seems like you're saying on one hand, the thing that makes me not feel isolated is all these people talking to me, but then you're not actually talking to.
I don't have time. It's too many people. I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. No, I get it. I get what you're saying. Are you saying like, you know, free Britney? Like, I'm not there at all. Like,
oh, I didn't even think of that.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, because people have been like, should we start a petition like to get her out of the house? And I'm like, no, you guys, like, I want to be here. Like, this is not conservatorship.
Good. And your father doesn't like dictate your finances?
No, my dad definitely supports me.
Uh-huh.
Well, he'll give me money when I ask for it, which is so, like, I'm so grateful for all of that. Like, so lucky.
And it's not like money that you made that then he's like allowing you to have.
No, it's money that he's made.
Oh, okay. So it's not a Britney situation. It's more of a pre-Britney success situation.
Yeah.
Where she was a child being paid for by her parents.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you're kind of like a baby Britney.
Oh my God, thank you. Wow, that is everybody says that. So thanks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do my best not to be original.
Oops, you did it again.
Wow. Well, Allie, things are opening up a little bit nowadays.
Yeah.
Are you excited to get back out in the world and do your influencing in person?
Here's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't influence in person. You influence behind a screen, and you get to make your life look as cool as you want.
Wow.
So, like, honestly, like I said, this year's been so freaking phenomenal for me that, like, I would be content being in a pandemic for years.
Wow. That's a bold claim.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm glad that you have success. Although I gotta say, I mean, you just said that like you can make your life look like anything you want on social media.
Yeah.
You know, give me a little peek behind the scenes, Allie. What's the worst thing that happened to you this year?
The worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing.
And it's obviously becoming a baby product influencer is not that bad, which is
God, no. How exciting. I mean, I didn't even mean to. Everyone just started asking me about it, and I was like, fine.
Right.
The worst thing is I did tweet that this was like the best fucking phenomenal year that's ever happened in my existence. And I got a lot of backlash. You can almost say I got canceled.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that you did get canceled, since the reason you're not on TikTok is that you're not allowed on TikTok.
Yeah, they kind of like banned me from TikTok because I made these statements of how great 2020 was.
Well, and you used the images that a lot of people would use to show what was bad about 2020, and you used that in your post saying how great it was. Like, I mean, the Capitol riots were in your picture. Kobe Bryant was in your picture, which that's the year before,
That was 2020.
Right, but it's pre-pandemic, so it feels like a different year.
Yeah, I mean, like, what can I say? I was just like, how else can you describe 2020 without using those images?
I guess that's true.
I'm just showing that this is I'm just like, this year, like, can you imagine, like, how great it was? Yeah,
you wanted the two things to be separate. The image is like, here's this year, and
this is the year.
The year I'm talking about, and then also
the year I'm talking about
my life.
And then my face was just talking about how great of a year I had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. And I personally am just like freedom of speech, like 7th Amendment, whatever it is. And like, aren't you allowed to just say what you feel? Like, people like the truth and honesty. So
That's true. No, that's very true. That's very, very true. So, so tell me a truth, Allie. How have your like off the influencer line personal relationships been in this pandemic? Have you you were seeing someone last time you were on the show, if I remember correctly?
yeah. That's a heavy topic. Thanks for bringing that up. No, I'm kidding. I ended it.
Oh, his life? You can say no.
I pretty much, his life is kind of over with not being with me. But I think he kind of just got a little jealous, like there's these dynamics, and I'm just like up here, like I'm just taking off. I'm just like, you don't even know the money you get for promoting infant mattresses. You don't even know. And I'm just like, here. And he's just like, he got laid off. He's not an essential worker, but like close to it. But wasn't there to be on the front lines, and just like wasn't. And I was just like, listen, I'm up here. I gotta go. My life was too good to have someone struggling.
That's harsh, but sometimes you gotta face that reality that like where you're at is not where you were at when you were in love with your partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I got divorced this year and then married twice, so I get it.
Married twice. You know what? The last we chatted, you had just been divorced. I didn't know you got married twice.
Yeah, last we chatted, my now ex-wife had decided we were gonna get divorced, but I hadn't signed the papers until Thanksgiving. But yeah, I've been married twice. I don't need to rehash my backstory. This is about you, but yeah, I am currently married to 2 women.
If you need any advice with like, toys for a future baby or something, just like let me know.
Oh yeah, no, I think well, Tamara is certainly past marital childbearing years. She is an older woman, considerably older woman. But Claire and I could conceivably conceive.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about my Archie McPhee yodeling pickle.
Really? A lot of people have been asking about that.
Oh my God, like every day. Tell me about this yodeling pickle.
And how is that a baby thing?
That's a fun toy for babies. Okay. Yeah. It's a pickle that has a sound system in it. So you just press this button and the pickle starts yodeling. Archie McPhee's yodeling pickle. Honestly, I'll send you a promo code.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, no, and that would be a great thing for me to prepare for potentially having a child. Thank you so much for that. I'm not sure how I'll use it, but I am thanking you.
Yeah, cool.
You're welcome. Well, Allie, I do have a comment in the chat here about you. Not a question for you, but a comment about you, which I think that's exactly the kind of thing that we want here, Brother Wags. Brother Wags says, Allie has great vocal fry.
Oh my God, that's actually so nice. Speaking of Brittany, I get it from her.
Yeah. Yeah, you took it from her. That's why she doesn't have it anymore, right?
Yeah. Jokes, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying that that's something that really happened. That's for sure was a joke.
Okay,
now also, Stab Comedy says, greetings from Sacramento.
Oh my God. Where is Sacramento?
Oh, it's in like Central California.
Oh, cool. California.
It's the capital of California. Where are you located, Allie?
Los Angeles.
Okay, you're in Los Angeles. You don't know about Sacramento. Wow. Did you grow up in Los Angeles then? Yeah, you probably never left. You're actually in Calabasas, right? You say Los Angeles, but really Calabasas?
Yeah.
And you've never left?
Calabasas is just a suburb of Los Angeles. It's where the Kardashians live.
Yeah, and you.
And me, yeah, duh. I just said it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I do think that there's some room for you to expand your horizons and maybe, read about Sacramento or something, but only if you want to. Seems like you're doing great.
I'm doing so great. And like honestly, guys are knocking on my door left and right.
Really? Even in this pandemic?
Like my like figurative door, like sliding into my DMs, you know?
Oh, does that work?
Yeah, no, it does.
Oh, okay. So
Cool.
it's been working for you and it's been working for them?
Yeah, like honestly, there's too many potential suitors sliding into my DMs, and I just like don't have time because I'm such an entrepreneur. I'm doing so well that like eventually I'll be able to get to all these guys in my DMs.
Okay, well, I hope for their sake that you do, and for your sake that you do, because it seems like you're saying that you're so busy and overwhelmed, but you're also not saying anything that you actually do. So it does make me think that like maybe that overwhelmed feeling is anxiety preventing you from like actually acting on any impulse that you might have.
I'm going to send you an article about what influencers do. It's a common misconception that we don't do anything, and actually we're so busy. So
okay. Well, no, I mean, you can send that to me. I'd love to read it, but you could also just tell me what it is you do.
Not only do we have to pose for pictures and look good, we have to eat cold food because we're waiting, you know, for the right lighting. And by that time, the food is cold. And
Okay.
And there's just so many sacrifices to taking these good pictures. And like a lot of people don't realize how hard it is.
You're right that I did not realize how hard that could be, and I apologize for laughing about the cold food. It's just that when I thought like you were gonna say you eat cold food because like it changes how you digest it, so your body doesn't bloat or something like that. But no, it's just because the timing isn't working out.
Yeah, by the time you get the picture with the lighting, it's so specific timing, your food is cold.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, Allie, we do have other guests to get to on the show.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I am too. And you know, before we get to them, we do have a question coming to me from a user on Instagram who sent a question into my Instagram at Lester Pipps, which is what you're supposed to do if you have a question for me. And I am not vamping because I can't find it. I'm just saying all the things I normally say. And their name is at Chase_O'Donnell, who I'm looking at her Instagram, and I gotta say, like, she looks like if you had never interacted with baby toys.
Wow.
Yeah.
She must be freaking beautiful.
You're not wrong. Now, Chase asks, will social media help keep in touch with people during an apocalypse? Oh, wow. What an appropriate question for you.
Wow.
What do you think? Did social media help you keep in touch with people during the apocalypse?
Oh my God, for sure. Like, what do you mean? Yes. I think that's a
what do I
no-brainer.
mean? I mean, like having meaningful conversations with friends despite distance, emotional and physical distance.
Yeah, no, like for sure. But you thought this past year was an apocalypse?
Yeah.
Definitely not best year ever. Not an apocalypse.
Oh, so this year, social media didn't help you keep in touch with anybody.
I mean, it did. It did because that's my job. But like,
right.
When do you, like, I guess we could consider this an apocalypse. I just don't consider that because of, you know, like I said, how thriving my life is. But yeah, I guess social media is what kept me in touch with everyone. And, you know, everyone wants to buy products and like just, you know, this is nuts. Yeah. Yeah. Chase.
Yeah, well, that sounds very authentic and true and real, just like you.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. What a good question.
Now, my next guests are a couple of dudes I'm very excited to introduce to the show. They both work at Kinkos, and that's what I know about them. One's name is Jeff, and the other's name is Hackleton. Here they are, Jeff and Hackleton. Thanks for being here.
Lester.
Hello, great to see you.
Lester. Thank you for having us on.
Absolutely. Thrilled to have you here. Now, just to be clear, Jeff, you are to the left of the screen, not wearing a panda mask. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And the maskless one is Jeff.
I'm just me, but Hackleton here.
Alexander Hackleton.
Yeah.
The ultimate web sleuth and hacker. Just like Hamilton, I'm a badass dude. I haven't watched the like
Haven't
production
seen it.
of Hamilton.
Sure.
But given the tweets that I've seen about it, I know he's a badass dude. I know he
Yeah.
gets stuff done, and that's what I do with my web sleuthing
That's
and
right.
hacking.
Wow. And do you rap while you do it?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
You didn't know about the rap. I didn't know about the rapping
You-
aspect.
Do I
Oh,
have to
that's
write-
the whole thing
Is that
about
part of it?
Hamilton. It's a rapping musical.
Jump.
You want me to rap right now?
I mean, if that's part of the thing you do, yeah.
I mean, it's not until right now, I guess. But if it's part of the Hamilton, boom, do you want to?
Maybe before we get you guys, maybe before we get into the rapping, which we should actually come back to because that was
I do like that
beautiful.
both
I
of
think
us
maybe we should
beatboxing is
understand
what
who
made
you
it
guys
work.
are. So you work at Kinkos?
Yes,
That is correct.
So, and some people might say that Kinkos was taken over by FedEx in 2008.
I
But
would have said that. Yeah.
yeah, that's a common misconception. Some crazy conspiracists think that it was taken over by that. No, we are Kinkos truthers.
We're Kinkos loyalists. Like I mean, the idea that a company like FedEx could allow people to make copies and posters the same way that a Kinkos could.
it's stupid. It's stupid. And also, you know what's sneaky about them? They got that arrow hidden in the name. You know there's full
Ooh, I hate
secrets.
that.
Yeah. I don't trust it. So we're Kinkos employees.
Kinkos employees.
All the way for all time. And I'm sorry to get so passionate about it, but this is one of the things we're very passionate about whenever we work at Kinkos.
Sure. I mean, it's important to channel your passion for your work into something productive. And it sounds like, in a way, protecting Kinko's legacy is your way of doing that.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's not
why we're here.
That's not why we're here,
Oh,
or I mean, my passion. It's actually I'm here. Jeff is sort of an assistant
I
of mine right
support
now.
you in
He's helping me out.
Yeah.
We are trying to track down. Have you heard about these vigilantes who have been coming out lately?
You mean like the various Batmans and Batwomans?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like ever since
With the age of masks.
with the age of masks, all these vigilantes
All
just
these
sort of
vigilantes.
coming out of the woodwork.
Everywhere. And the problem that I found, the kind of pretty big frustration I've had is it's hard to tell which one's a vigilante and which one's just a person wearing a mask. That's been frustrating for me because I'm trying to find the vigilante because I'm a fan, you know?
Oh, okay. So you're not trying to catch a vigilante like some kind of J. Jonah Jameson. You're trying to fanboy out.
Well, that's Jeff. I, as a Reddit web sleuth, am always looking for the truth and the ultimate truth, and I am going to unmask this vigilante. Unfortunately, I've been unmasking a lot of people who are just wearing masks, which has caused a lot of confusion and been very frustrating for me.
I will say we're also very pro-vaccination because we want these masks to go away, so everyone should get vaccinated.
And that's the only reason you're pro-vaccine.
We want the COVID masks to leave so that the vigilante masks can remain and we can actually know who we're dealing with and make this web sleuthing stuff is extremely difficult, A. Yeah. And B, people get really mad when you rip their masks off their face.
Oh, yeah. They notice.
They get pissed.
The whole
I can
time
imagine.
they notice.
Now, I am wondering because I'm thinking about all the vigilantes that I can think of. And that's, again, Batman, Batwoman, Batgirl, Batboy, Batrobin. And all of them wear their masks over their eyes and their foreheads. Whereas like COVID masks go over your mouth and nose. So I am curious, like, how are you mixing up those two types of masks?
I mean, I guess it's one of those things because
a mask. It's a mask.
It covers part.
I guess
of the
I don't.
face.
Are you asking like why are there different types of masks? You would have to talk to the manufacturers.
Masks.
Yeah,
I guess. No, that's a good point.
You know, have you heard of those the masked wrestlers in Mexico and how
luchadores?
How they famously a lot of them will cover their entire face.
Yep.
So it's
or the masked singer.
Yeah, the masked singer as well. Kermit
Man.
the Frog.
If the vigilante infiltrated the masked singer. Think of the damage they could do.
Oh my gosh, that has been one of my hugest concerns, and it's been blowing up the Reddit lately. It's
I don't know if it's on this part, but yeah, it's
for the listener at home, there's a big map board behind the guys, and they do have yarn on it, as you can imagine.
So we're not looking for Batman, Batboy, all these different people that you seem to be a fan of. We're looking for we're looking for the biggest troublemaker that's out right
Robin
now.
is on the maybe list, but no, for the most part, we're looking for. There's someone in this town.
There is one person in this city who has been messing everything up. Well, you're a fan of him.
I'm a fan of him, and
I want justice.
I follow his Twitter account. He's got 35 followers. He's going strong.
Yep.
And
it's almost influencer level, Allie.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan. I'm trying to track down not as much as Hackleton here, of course, but trying to track down what this guy's doing because I want to meet this guy, shake his hand,
Yep.
Give him a kiss on the cheek, hug him, just tell him he's great.
We are of course going after the Poot Juicer.
Yes.
Okay.
The Poot Juicer.
Well,
Poot Juicer.
The way I understand that he got the name is about juicers. They squeeze the juice out of the fruits.
I do know about juicers. Yeah, you can make nice juice out of juicers.
So the Poot Juicer would be someone who squeezes the stink out of the city. Is my understanding.
Okay. Which I'm fine with. I just think it needs to go through the proper channels. These vigilantes.
Yeah. I get that, but I think he's doing great.
But I mean, really, the reason why we're here is we're hoping to get some tips and some leads because we've sort of hit a wall in terms of finding the identity of this man.
Yeah, well, I would be happy to try to help. Now we do have a helpful person in the chat, Wizworld Live, who has a question, which is, what is this map of? What is this
Great
map?
question. Yes, we've done some what do you call it? Where you staking out. We've done a lot of staking.
Done a lot of staking out.
And you don't mean you've been eating a lot of steak outside. You mean you've been.
I don't not mean that we have been eating a lot of steak outside, but we've done so in the car. We're waiting to see this.
Gotcha. So you're waiting for somebody. You've scoped somebody out. You're trying to track them down.
Yes.
All the while you're eating a steak. Got it.
If you get one of those like car charger thingies that lets you plug in a normal plug, you can take a George Foreman with you anywhere you want.
It's easy.
That is fantastic advice.
No one's gonna stop you. People will get mad at you. Yeah. Again, I think mostly because of the ripping off the mask.
Yeah.
But some people get really pissed about the George Foreman in my car too. I think.
Really, and those people are police saying, "Hey, you don't have a permit to cook food here."
No, it's usually the people I just ripped a mask off of.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it is about the mask. Got
it.
Well,
they're just yelling at me loudly. I'm not necessarily listening. I'm usually on my phone.
So we went to this street here, and that's a close-up picture there. So we went there, and we were staking it out, and then this vigilante came on, and we unfortunately don't have clear pictures of the vigilante.
Well, I'm surprised you even mentioned that you had actually left.
Yeah. So it was just I really had to
we were
to pee.
We were sticking out right here. Yes, and we were trying to go right over here. For the listeners, I'm pointing at the map in two places. So there's here, and then there's here.
One is a different place than the other. Just to be
very different place.
One is a very different.
A map of Sacramento.
This is a map of the Poot Juicer's main area.
Territory.
And so
Allie just learned about Sacramento today.
He goes a lot here, and then sometimes around here, sort of in an S shape.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to get to is I was sitting in the van waiting for this guy. Of course, he seems to leave every single time that we actually get a sighting of this guy.
It's just I hate it how it happens every time because we see a crime about to take place, and so I just have to pee, and so you're there watching.
Yep.
So what you told me at least. Well,
I'm trying to get pictures.
You're trying to get pictures, yeah.
Unfortunately, so my Kodak. So one, you've got to wind every single picture, which is time consuming, and then two, you have to wait for the flash to charge up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go digital.
Yeah. Well,
that's good advice.
No, I'm sort of, I kind of want the authentic. Like, aren't vigilante pictures a lot more real when they're on film? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Also, just budget.
I think that's true. Yeah, you can really like feel the. It's like talking to Allie. You can feel how true and real everything is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what did you disappear?
Yeah,
I saw him. I'm trying to take pictures. this guy comes in. He stops the drug deal. Well,
he stops in front of the drug deal from what you told me.
So he tripped in front of the drug dealers, and then he was able to pull the pants down of one of the drug dealers.
But then from what you told me, he pooped his pants.
He pooped his pants, yeah. And that's just one of those things that I think like kind of happens regularly.
And then by the time I got back, he had run off, and I was pretty insistent. We got to get back. I got to change. I had a thing happen.
Yeah, I mean, like by the time Jeff got back, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a single picture of the thing. The poo juicer himself had already fled the scene, and then of course you said you needed to get home because you need to go to bed very quickly immediately.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I don't mean, I don't mean to change the subject, but Jeff, you're sitting right in front of what appears to be a costume of some kind. It's a blue onesie with red underwear type thing, and the underwear, I gotta say, it looks a little poopy.
He does laundry at my house. Is that why you're wondering why? So
I thought today, of all days, you would be understanding of this.
You're right.
It's laundry day.
National Laundry Day.
Yeah.
Forgive me for questioning you.
But yeah, and I'm sorry. It seems kind of private, but yeah. So sometimes I do laundry. This is after. This is it's hanging up to dry after washing.
Yeah.
So your laundry has what looks like could be a kind of a superhero costume, but that's just is what it is. And now, Hackleton, I'm curious, what does the poop juicer wear? Do you remember what he looked like? And I shouldn't have assumed gender. Do you remember what they look like?
Well, so it's not like he's moving particularly fast. He's kind of a slow guy. But the problem is that a lot of times when I'm taking the picture, usually the first picture is turned around at my face on accident. And so I'm still adjusting to the flash and sort of the, circles and lights and dots that I'm seeing.
Well, plus your hands shake so much when you're nervous.
And I'm hugely nervous to finally catch
this guy. Because this has been months in the making.
Yeah.
You told me about him, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I did also tell it. Well, you told me about him because I asked you to give me a ride to this location.
Yeah.
And it happened to be where this crime was taking place. And it's very, because we listen on the police radio, like, we do all that.
Sure, you've got to listen to police radio if you're going to catch it.
That's just, it's radio.
Well, and we put up signs everywhere. We use sort of our Kinkos connections, we make these posters, like wanted posters, and put up these signs where we go.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like everywhere where we put up the sign, I come back the next day and there's like a much nicer sign that says "You'll never get me."
Yeah.
Whoa.
And that's been frustrating.
It's usually like an 8x11 glossy print.
So glossy, matted. It's matted.
It's expensive print.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're paying out of for
sounds like you need to have a FedEx connection if you're going to be able to do something like that.
That's what I was thinking.
No, I think a Kinkos connection is the way to.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I think this guy's evil, so I would think he would be coming from FedEx.
Well, he would think it's.
But
FedEx,
you're a fan of him, so I can understand you might think he's a Kinkos guy.
Yeah, he seems very on. He seems like he's going after the bat, and like.
Why do you like him so much? I don't understand it.
Well, if you'll
guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Allie's been waiting with her hand up.
Sorry.
So sorry.
Yeah, I just have a question. I'm sorry. Am I misunderstanding? It's the poop juicer, POOP.
It is the poot juicer. It's with a T, POOT.
T as in Trollada, T as in Tallahassee,
okay.
T as in
POOT.
Yes.
So, like, if somebody lets out a little fart, that's a poop.
I thought you were saying the poop juicer.
Both those hashtags have been used, and it seems like maybe that the poop juicer did, just. I don't know that he necessarily chose the name. It seems like it was kind of given, but
and it's not. You wouldn't choose it if you could.
I'm not some crazy superhero, some great man. But it seems like.
What would you have named the poot juicer had you had the chance?
I don't know, just great man sounds actually really good. Or just strongify.
Which is sort of interesting because I do remember when he was sort of first coming about, there was this big, it was like, I want to say 6 foot by 3 foot glossy poster board that said "Great Man is here."
Yeah.
And put on the entry to town.
Yeah. Well, and home of the great man. And Yeah, it's maybe that's where I got it from.
That must be where you probably saw it.
I must have picked it up. Yeah.
But unfortunately, I mean, Poot Juicer is sort of when he went viral on social media.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned he has like 35 followers.
It was like 3 retweets. It was huge. It was just taking out. It was almost trending.
So that sort of became his official name after
which
the success of the social media.
I guess this would be a good time, Allie, if you wouldn't mind, any tips for in case the Poot Juicer's listening or watching this, maybe you could give a tip on how to increase that follower count, because it seems like it would be frustrating for him that you just can't see him because the mask situation, and maybe social media is the only way to really get the.
And Jeff, you don't even have social media. So.
No, I don't believe in it. No.
No,
I have the apps, but it's signed out. Yeah.
I think like any tips for the Poot Juicer. I love that he was already trending on Twitter. That's huge. Honestly, I'm so jealous.
Almost trending.
Well, yeah, wow. He's only followed by 35 people, but he follows 35,000. So huge.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah, huge reach.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. But
wow, that's like incredible. I'm surprised the brands aren't like running to you yet, or to the Poot Juicer.
Or to Hackleton. You're right. No, because Hackleton's been really after this guy. Like you got.
Well, I don't want the followers. My life online remains anonymous. I try to stay away from the limelight.
It's exhausting. Like you don't want it.
Wow. I do. Well, actually, I did have a question about that. So I don't want to go viral, but I do want one of those clit sucking vibrators that is always posted underneath the viral tweets. So how do I do that?
Such a great question. It's just like, honestly, what are you asking?
Under every single viral tweet for the last like at least year or two, once it goes viral, the person who posted the original tweet will be selling or sponsoring or promoting this one specific vibrator that bills itself as the clit sucking vibrator. Now, I don't want to go viral.
No.
So how do I acquire this vibrator without going viral like all these other people?
Honestly, you just ask them. You say, hey, like, tell me about your clit sucking vibrator.
Oh.
And then they'll tell you. Like, that's what an influencer's job is to tell you about it. So if they're not giving it to you, they're not doing their job. And honestly, like, this is the first I'm hearing about it, but like now I'm not going to be surprised if people start asking me about it, and I have a promo code soon. So just like follow me on Instagram, and maybe I'll make that happen.
Of course. Wow. But so I would like to say, because you say you don't want the following, but you do have the blog about the Poot Juicer, and you've been really.
It's part of my true crime blog. Do you remember on Reddit the whole thing with the Boston bomber years ago, where they kind of picked the wrong guy and then harassed him?
Yeah, sure. They doxed somebody who turned out wasn't the guy who actually was involved in the Boston bombing.
And I don't want to brag, but that was kind of my first kind of claim to fame. Was I kind of led the initiative of that. That was sort of my entry to the true crime world and entry to becoming a web sleuth like I am now. And so I had started that blog for the Boston bomber. It laid dormant for 9 years. Mm-hmm. And then now it's sort of rebranded into a Poot Juicer Truth.
So you kind of got your start, Hackleton, as a vigilante justice pursuer.
Well, I mean, this is it's just sort of different mindsets. Like I want to do it through proper channels. Okay. Mm. Guy on Reddit says that's one person's guilty. Thousands of other people start harassing them. These are the proper ways to handle things.
Oh, wow. When you said proper channels like 20 minutes ago, I should have asked you what you meant, because I was assuming you meant like through the police and the court system.
Oh, if it gets bad enough, it'll get escalated to the police. Someone will call them.
Twitter is definite social media.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's been Hackleton, and I know you're modest about this, but Hackleton does need financing for this. So that's one thing his blog isn't free. His time isn't free. So
the research I do isn't
free.
So
and the gas money alone that we spend, tracking this down. We're trying to get this guy nailed down. So I help him, and so we kind of split some of these profits, and then we share the coverage. And I don't know how we've done it every time, but we've been there.
Well, and
for every single
you
one.
kind of need money. I don't want to speak out of turn, but your hospital bills lately have been insane.
Yeah.
You've been in and out of the hospital. You keep saying you tripped, and then you.
Yeah, I keep tripping, and then it's frustrating. And my laundry bills, that's why I started coming here. But like, the detergent, I'm sorry,
I'm a lot cheaper. I give them a deal.
Yeah, I need to replace you give me a deal, but also like I did use up all of your detergent, all of your bleach, so I keep buying that in the last week, and so it's just it's a lot, and we could really use the financing because we want to track this guy down.
Yep.
I want to
congratulate
you guys seem to have a beautiful friendship where you support each other in the things that you do.
And you don't keep secrets.
And you don't keep secrets. That's right. Although I do think there's one key thing that you do that you are keeping secret. And I don't mean
Hackleton?
to like no, Jeff. I'm talking about you, Jeff.
No, well, the mask.
Oh, the mask. You're talking about whether or not my eye is messed up. And that's why I wear a mask, because I'm insecure about it.
No, that is not what I was talking about, but I am curious about that now.
No comment. It looks like a normal person's eye.
A normal eye.
You don't need to see it because it looks like a normal person's eye.
And he doesn't wear that mask to Kinkos either. It's only for this.
I see. Okay. Well, listen, I hate to be too confrontational with my guests, but a lot of folks in the chat have been saying it, and I think I have to say it now too. Wizard Live says, I'm starting to think this guy is the juicer. And he means you, Jeff.
Are you sure it's not Allie? And I don't mean to throw any.
Oh my God!
Because Allie
didn't even know where Sacramento is. Okay, so I don't think it's Allie.
Oh my God, I'd be so flattered if you guys were talking about me, but I don't even know.
Allie, I'm going to ask you a question, and I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah,
okay?
Sure.
If someone was attempting to mug you, and you were going to try to take them down, how quickly do you think before you would trip and then poop yourself?
4 minutes.
I don't think she's the poop juicer. Poop juicer would be it would be the second he started got nervous, he would fall over.
Listen, I hate to put you on the spot here, but Jeff, would you just stand up and walk towards that map?
Yeah, come on, Jeff.
So are you
nervous?
I'm getting really anxious here, and when I get anxious, I have I'm not related to any of this stuff. I sometimes have, and it's kind of an irritable bowel thing. So I don't really want to.
I could tell from those underwear. I didn't want to say anything.
But you did, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah. Listen, look.
It's okay, Jeff.
The last thing I want to do is be the cause of an irreparable rift between two friends. So if this has to be the kind of thing that, we just pretend we don't all know that Jeff is the boot juicer, I can do that.
I'm just not seeing it.
And you're because I will say so. No one has sharper reflexes except for whenever they're like I've had to leave some situations quickly because of change and everything. But
you have IBS.
Like he said, it's so fast. His reflexes to trip and poop himself are like
it's like right away. It's immediate.
Flash. Yeah, and I mean, you've seen how quickly I excuse myself from a room.
Yeah.
And it's not that fast.
I just don't see you as a hero, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. And again, I don't want to be the
apology
problem here, but Jeff, would you put on the poot juicer glasses that I see behind you? They might not be glasses. Whatever the poot juicer.
Oh, do you mean the? Well, there's a mask here and a cape, but this is just
that if you would put on the just so we can see, maybe if you put on the mask and cape that are right next to you, do you look like the poot juicer then?
It's gonna look well. First of all, there are actually no photographs of the poot juicer.
There's no photographs of the poot juicer.
But I mean,
we're not 100% sure what he looks like.
He's practically almost speeding by whenever he trips and poops himself. But
I don't think Jeff has seen him at all, honestly, because you're gone every single time.
I wouldn't even know what we're looking for.
Right, and it'd be really hard for Jeff to see him without a mirror. I think
I usually see him either sort of in a quick flash before then I accidentally take a picture of myself and the flash throws off my view. or some, I am a hacker, and I have been able to. I'm just going to be honest. This is illegal, so I don't want to get in too much trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have hacked into his Twitter account, and he also has 0 DMs. No one's contacted him, which I found very interesting.
Yeah, that's
not an influencer.
I mean, listen. Regardless of the DMs, Hackleton, I want you to take a close look at Jeff right now, wearing that mask, wearing that cape.
Okay.
Do you see any possible resemblance to the Poot Juicer?
Well, I'm going to be honest. The panda mask that I'm wearing sort of makes it difficult to kind of tell what's going on. You're asking what his headphones are? They're Beats. Is that what you're asking?
No.
I will say
Beats by Dre.
So the so
Not, what was I asking? No.
the Poot Juicer, I've never heard of him wearing headphones.
Okay,
so I guess that debunks it, really, right?
I suppose during those robberies or drug deals or whatever that he's breaking up, he's not necessarily on a podcast at the time. But listen, it seems like we're not going to get to the bottom of this. Okay, we have a lot of evidence that points towards Jeff. We have a dog sniffing out Jeff, saying, "Jeff, you're definitely the Poot Juicer right now." But if Hackleton, the number one tracker of the Poot Juicer, doesn't think so, then I guess all evidence could be wrong.
Agreed. And I think.
No,
sorry, Allie. What were you saying?
No, I just can't get over it. He follows 35,000 people. That is nuts. Anyways, go back to it. I just can't get over.
He does have 30. Once again, he has 35 followers though, so that's he's got a pretty good
ratio.
Well,
so most of his interactions are me replying saying, "I'm going to get you."
Yeah.
Poot Juicer.
I don't know if he's had other reactions actually. Yeah. Than that.
No, you wouldn't know, I guess. I mean, you would. But you wouldn't.
He doesn't even have social media, so I don't even know how.
Media.
You actually know way more about this than I thought because you're not online.
When
really,
you talk about it.
I'm obviously because of my blog and the subreddits and stuff. I have deep knowledge about the Poot Juicer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, and because you are best friends with him, but we don't have time to make you see reality. Unfortunately, we are coming to the end of the show here. But before we get to it, I have a question. Coming to me through my social media at Lester Pipps, and this question comes from at Dr. London Smith, who I'm looking at his Instagram and at Jock Talk Podcast Instagram, and I would say he looks kind of like.
You think he's the Poot Juicer?
I do think he might be the Poot Juicer because he looks exactly like Jeff.
We need to look into this guy. We got to look into this guy.
He's a doctor. I don't know if is he an influence? Okay.
I'm not sure. But what he asks is, Mom said. He asks, this is hard to read. He asks, Mom said, "Don't touch that stove when it's hot." She also said that it's good to try new experiences. So why won't she let me live my truth and touch the stove? Jeff, what do you think?
That's a question for us. Yeah.
That's a question for Jeff.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. So to live your truth, danger is a part of all of our lives, I think, especially during these apocalyptic times. And, as we look with admiration at these vigilantes who these superheroes among us, sometimes it is time to be brave. And maybe you got to touch that stove for the first time to learn that maybe you're going to get burned or you're going to poop yourself sometimes or every single time. In fact, I would say, you're going to burn yourself every time and you're going to poop yourself every time. And that's a part of life. And that's actually brave.
Like Sarah Bareilles once said, honestly, I want to see you be brave.
Yes. Good quote.
Oh my God, such a good quote.
Mm-hmm. And actually, I got influence on my life just now at Cam Alex. So I've got to say, looks like you Hackleton, if you took that mask off.
That's impossible. You haven't seen the eye thing. If you saw the eye thing, you wouldn't be comparing the two.
That's true. Well, I do think if anybody listening wanted to learn more about the kind of friendship between Jeff and Hackleton, they could follow at Jock Talk Podcast and check out that show in the future.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it just sounds very unrelated. That's all. But go ahead.
It's unrelated, but somehow similar. We do have just 1 minute left. So I want to say, Allie, is there anything that you would like folks to try to find on the internet or any last words of advice for my listeners?
Last words of advice. I'm just going to go ahead and quote Sarah Bareilles again. California girls, they're undeniable.
Yep.
They sure are. They sure are. And one California girl who is not necessarily from California, but is from California. I know that. At Chase_O'Donnell on Instagram. Now, we're out of time. The show must go on the Pack Theater Twitch. It's time for Please Talk to Me with Ali Ramirez. So stick around for that. Thanks to everybody who's on the show. Thank you to the Pack for having us. And thank you to y'all for being in the chat. We're now leaving Twitch because it's time to do that.
Bye.
We're coming for you, Poo Juicer.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with the poot juicing.
Yes.
Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye now.
Yes. And I'll say for me, you can follow me on Instagram at Lester Pipps. Follow my publicist at Ezra Partier. And now it's time for the part of the show where it ends by just kind of leaving the internet and
That was
ceremonies.
the show, now it did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse, so now we're gonna talk about saying thank you to you. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you to these guests for doing the thing for you tonight or today. And also thank you to the Pack Theater for hosting. Now it's time to say, get out there, survive, and make humanity proud.
You can find the show at Lester Pipps on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find all the video archives on EzraParter.com/Lester Pipps. So please like and subscribe and all those